All right, welcome back. I'm Thomas Paul, 10 plus years tutoring math and science, and we have another SAT problem that's going to show us the tricks of trigonometry. We have a circle, for example, and they say that O is the center of our circle. We have an X and Y coordinate plane, and at point A, we have the coordinates are radical 3 and 1, and they have point B that they don't really give us much info about. But they do say the measure of angle AOB is pi over a radians, and they want to know what's a. So to solve a problem like this on the SAT, we need to know the necessary background information, and it is right here. Our first thing we need to know our special right triangles. Here's a few of them. The two that we need to know our 45-45 90-degree triangle and our 30-60 90-degree triangle. But wait, we need to know these in radians as well. So this is really pi over 4. Oops. Pi over 4 to pi over 2 triangle, right? We have to think about this also in radians, if that makes sense. I'll make a little chart. This is our degrees. This is our radians here. Well, this is pi over 6, pi over 3, pi over 2 triangle. So we know that here. And look, it is indeed a special right triangle. This ratio, if you found a hypotenuse, that'd be at 2. And we know that if pi over a here, well, we need to know which one's we have a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle here. And this 30 degrees corresponds to here. This is our 30 degree point. And we know 30 degrees is the same thing as pi over 6. And that means that pi over 6 is the same thing as pi over a. A therefore is 6. And that's the trick with this. This is all just dressed up for memorizing your special right triangles. Also though, you need to memorize the special right triangles in their radian form. Here you may have known this was 30 degrees, but it wouldn't have helped you unless you knew that 30 degrees is pi over 6. Now of course you could convert the 30 degrees here over 30 degrees over 360 is the same thing as x over 2 pi. And then you can solve for x by multiplying both sides by 2 pi, which would also give you x equals pi over 6 if you wanted to convert from degrees to radians. But you need to be able to do that. And that's the necessary background to solve a trick problem like this. Let's look at another variation. See again, they're going to say here, we're going to say, well, we have a circle, always the center, and at point A, it's 1 and 1. Not drawn on the scale, of course. Then background again, you want to know your special right triangles. In this case, we're going to be looking at the 45, 90 degree right triangle, and know that we have, that's a pi over 4, that's a pi over 4. So that means in this case, it would be that pi over 4 equals the pi over a. And in this case, a would be equal to 4. So solving these diagram problems requires you to memorize your special right triangles and requires you to know your degrees to radian conversions, either really fast or frankly just memorized. Having a chart like this memorized is a requirement to get that higher score. For Science Math Magic Tutoring, until next time.